3 down, 2 to go. Oh, we're now on Mortis, so you all know you're screwed. Mortis was released with the game, and a little bit later he got 2 much deserved nerfs. Then he had his rarity changed from Epic to Mythic, which was mostly just a status that he didn't really need. Then he got 2 more much deserved nerfs, and then the Creepy Harvest star power. After its release, Creepy Harvest got its very own much deserved nerf, but then Mortis unfortunately received a series of buffs. After that, Mortis got more stupid buffs, and then he got remodeled, which made him look a little bit less ugly, and then he got the Top Hat Mortis skin. After that, Mortis got 1 unnecessary buff, a star power rework, and voice lines. Then, Creepy Harvest took a huge L, the disgusting Night Witch Mortis skin was added, and then Mortis got another buff. Coiled Snake was then added, and it very quickly took a nerf. Coiled Snake then takes another nerf, and Creepy Harvest got a buff, and then nothing happened to Mortis until Combo Spinner was released with the Gadgets update. Sometime after, Rogue Mortis got released, Survival Shovel got added, and then Mortis had a few small balance changes before getting a nice little value pack out of his silver and gold skins, cause like, there's 2 of them. A bit later, Beach Time Mortis was released, and then he got a total rework to the Coiled Snake star power. Mortis finished off 2021 with 1 more nerf to Creepy Harvest, and his assassin status became a bit more generic. Mortis got 2 more balance changes, and then nothing happened for 10 months until his 3 mecha skins came about. After that, Mortis was untouched for many months before getting a few balance changes. And then a bit later, Mortis had this as his new flavor text. Oh, more Star Park. After that, Hockey Mortis was released, which I'll admit was pretty okay. And then after that, Mortis got a Mythic gear, and then just 2 buffs, and that will complete the story for the Creature of the Night. Terra was added on September 4th, 2017, and well, her balance changes started off quite early as she got 3 nerfs 1 week later. After that, some of the damage was undone, and then she got the Black Portal star power. After that, she was tweaked quite a bit more with balance changes, and then she began to receive a few more buffs, and then she got a couple nerfs. After that, she got a buff, a remodel, voice lines, and then a second star power. After that, Terra then basically had a few small balance changes, and Irish Terra was released. Her class was then changed to Fighter, and Street Ninja Terra was released, and then she got her first gadget. After that, she basically just saw a series of balance changes before receiving her silver and gold skins, as well as her second gadget a few months later. Misfortune Terra was released next, as well as another class change, and then Terra's abilities got 2 nerfs as we entered 2022. Tempest Terra came out for Sands of Time, and then Terra got her first flavor text change, as well as the Rage Quit Terra skin for 2022 World Finals. After that, Terra got 2 buffs, Irish Terra became Stara, and then at the end of the year she got another flavor text change, and finally, Urban Ninja Terra to catch her up to today. Gene made his first appearance on February 15th of 2019. 2 short weeks later, he was given 4 buffs and 1 nerf, as well as some voice lines. Then, his super finally got the ability to grab non-brawlers, and then Gene got a huge series of bug fixes because I guess he just wasn't ready to be a brawler. Didn't he used to crash the game with the super? Anyways, Gene got more balance changes and a pat on the back star power that didn't even last a month. He then got Pirate Gene and 2 more buffs to Magic Puffs. His first gadget was Lamp Blowout, and then it got a nerf really early on. After that, Evil Gene came out, Lamp Blowout lost a charge, and then Gene got a lot more balance changes throughout the rest of 2020. Gene kicked off 2021 with a buff, a second gadget, more buffs, and more skins. Gene then got another series of balance changes, as well as the Swamp Gene skin for Brawloween that year. After that, he was left untouched all the way until the following October, when he had Spirit Slap reworked to its current version, and then he got his Talk to the Hand Mythic gear. Gene was then switched to be a controller brawler, and then we fast forward many more months to a point where his flavor text now says this, and then he received a few more balance changes, and finally he got his Hypercharge. Max first became playable at the very end of 2019. On New Year's of 2020, her run and gun star power was added. 2 days later, she got GT Max, and after that, she got a series of balance changes, and then she was switched to be a support brawler. 2 months later, she got 2 nerfs and a phase shifter gadget, and then she got 2 minor balance changes before getting Streetwear Max. Then, she got more balance changes, as well as Sneaky Sneakers, and then the Coney Max skin. Later on, she ended up getting 3 nerfs, Hermes Max, and her silver and gold skins. Then, in 2022, she got 1 buff, and that was it. After that, we fast forward all all the way to 2023, where Panther and Leopard Max were released, and Max got 3 nerfs. After that, she got her flavor text changed like so, and then she finally received a health buff, a hypercharge, and an infinite ammo mutation. Mr. P came out in January of 2020, and his release was followed by the addition of a tin can star power. Agent P came out a bit later, and then Mr. P was hit by his first wave of nerfs. Surface Belt came out as his first gadget, and then he got more health as well as a star power remove and rework, which introduced revolving door. Then Mr. P was hit with 4 nerfs, and then nothing really happened until Porter Reinforcements was introduced a bit later. Then he got 4 more nerfs, gold and silver skins, a class change, and finally Count Pangula as a Brawloween skin. At the end of 2022, both of Mr. P's star powers were reworked, and then he got the Mr. Fly skin for Biodome. Mr. P then got another skin a bit later, and then Mr. P was switched to be a controller, and then he finally got a health buff. A bit later, his flavor text was changed like so, and his journey reached today when he got 2 buffs in the April 2024 update. Sprout's up next. And well, Sprout came out a bit after the gadgets update. Then, Sprout got 3 much needed nerfs, and later the photosynthesis star power. After that, Tropical Sprout came out, and then there was a series of balance changes before finally receiving Lunar Sprout and the Transplant gadget. Sprout then finally got a buff, but that didn't last too long before there were 2 nerfs headed Sprout's way. In the months following, Sprout got the Emerald and Ruby Prince skins, as well as Silver and Gold skins, and then Corrupted Sprout for the Biodome. Sprout was then labeled as an artillery brawler, and then nothing really happened until a flavor text change described Sprout like so, before Sprout finally got a mutation and a hypercharge introduced. Byron was added on December 16th, 2020. About a month later, so was his injection star power. Unfortunately for him though, he also got 4 nerfs within the next few months. After that though, he would begin to get a few buffs one by one until he got the Wizard Byron skin for Season 8's Power League. After that, he didn't get anything until the following March when Booster Shots was introduced as a second gadget. Then, Byron got a supercharge nerf, and then he would stop celebrating with his voice line. It was a bug. And then Gold and Silver Byron showed up. We then fast forward another few months before Byron got a very necessary reload speed buff, and then he got once again a faster supercharge, and when the flavor text update hit, Byron's now said this, which is ever so fitting. For Bizarre Circus, Ringmaster Byron was added, and then he got 1 more buff, and finally, a ranked exclusive skin called Byron the White. Squeak made his first appearance on May 20th, 2021. A bit later, he got the Super Sticky star power, and then 2 months after that, he got his first series of balance changes. Squeak was later reclassed to be a damage dealer, and then the Ghost Squeak skin came out as a Brawloween skin. Then, during the Club League update, Potato Squeak was introduced as a Club League skin. Squeak would later get a tiny health buff before the Residue gadget came out, which initially had no slow effect at all. Then, Residue was given a 20-second slow effect and immediately became the most broken control gadget ever. After that, it saw a huge nerf, and then they just took a break and then gave Squeak Silver and Gold. Then, Moon Bunny and First Blob were added, and Squeak was finally labeled as a controller, and then they just went to balancing gadgets. When Brawl Academy came out, Nerd Squeak was introduced as a skin for that set. Squeak finally got another Residue nerf, this as his flavor text, the Squeaky Note skin, and finally, a mutation. Season 4 introduced Lou and his King skin on November 23rd of 2020. The next day, he got 3 buffs just like that. Then, a bit later, he got the Hypothermia star power. After that, Riz Lou was introduced as a Brawlentine skin, and then he got 6 more buffs in the coming moments. Cryo Syrup was made as his second gadget, and then he got the Burger Lou skin, and his class was changed to Hybrid. Silver and Gold Lou were next to be introduced, and then Lou got 2 star power reworks in 2022. Then, nothing happened to Lou for a whole year before he was changed to be a controller brawler. Then, Stone Troll Lou came out as a Season 19 Brawl Pass skin, and then he got a bit more of an unfortunate flavor text, as well as Hypercharge. From there, he was changed to finally be a Mythic, and then he got 3 more nerfs before finally catching up to the present time. Season 5 brought Colonel Ruffs to Brawl Stars in early 2021. 3 weeks after he was out, his Field Promotion star power was also added. Then, Colonel Ruffs ended up receiving 2 nerfs, with one of them slowing down his unload speed since previously he could attack extremely fast. Then, they added Marshall Ruffs as well as the Air Support gadget. gadget. Then, he was left untouched for nearly a year before getting a damage buff as well as his silver and gold skins. After that, his sandbags gadget got a nerf, and then Chimmy Ruffs was also added. In August of 2022, Colonel Ruffs was renamed to just Ruffs, and his flavor text was switched accordingly. His flavor text was again simplified a few months later, and after that, he was left untouched until the October 2023 update, where his flavor text was fixed once more, along with all the other reworks everyone received. At the end of 2023, the chromatic rarity was eliminated, and Ruffs became a mythic before he finally got 2 buffs, a limited time mutation, a nerf to his mutation, and then that was it. Buzz, as well as the Born Bad Buzz skin, came out in what is arguably the best Brawl Pass season of all time. This June 2021 update kicked off Season 7, and then Buzz's first change was the addition of his Eyes Sharp star power. After that, his class was changed from Buzz Assassin to Assassin, and then in Power League Season 9, Director Buzz was released. A few months later, Silver and Gold Buzz came out, and then in August of 2022, Buzz finally received his first balance change, which was really just a simple health buff. He also got his X-Ray Shades gadget, and then 4 months later, he got the Bazette skin as part of the Candyland set. That May, he got Kaiju Buzz as a 29 gem skin, and then his flavor text was changed like so in October of 2023. When the Chroma No More update struck, Buzz became a mythic brawler, and then a while after, he got another health buff. Buzz then received his hypercharge in February of 2024, and then he got 3 more skins for Season 25, and then he got Filmmaker Buzz as a ranked exclusive skin. But it didn't end there, as he got 3 Godzilla Buzz skins and a temporary mutation in the Godzilla update. Fang. He was added with his Furious Fang skin at the start of 2022 during Season 10. A month later, he got the Divine Soul star power, and then 2 more weeks later, he got the Roundhouse Kick gadget. Then, he got hit with 4 nerfs. It's almost like he was overpowered or something. After that, Silver and Gold Fang became available, and then after that, Octo Fang was added. 7 months later, Fang was finally labeled as an assassin, and then this change was followed with 3 buffs. Fang then had this flavor text out, and for Supercell Make or Brawloween that year, Fang had another skin released. Then, Fang was switched to Mythic, and he got his Hypercharge added. 6 days later, his broken Hypercharge got 2 nerfs, and then he just randomly got the Ferocious Fang skin. Then, they went back to business and he got 4 more Hypercharge nerfs, and this very important balance change. Finally, Fang got his red and blue pitcher skins, and somehow they were Super Brawl skins, cause, you know, they really need a pitcher. The Biodome season in March of 2022 introduced us all to Eve and her Spiky Eve skin, and I'll tell you what, she was a nightmare to deal with. This would later play out not so well for her, as she got a nerf, and then after she got her second gadget and star power, she got another 5 nerfs. Then, she got silver and gold skins like everything was normal, and then a little buff to make up for the brutal defeat she faced. Eve got a Lunar New Year skin in 2023, and then she got her quadruplets mythic gear. Her flavor text was changed in a way that would make Ruff's mains fear Eve, and then she too was switched to be a mythic brawler. Eve then got her mutation, as well as the Mother Eve skin as a ranked exclusive skin for Season 26. Janet came out with her Valkyrie Janet skin in Season 12, and then she got her second star power and gadget a little while later. After that, she lost the ability to use Drop the Base while flying, and then she already got her silver and gold skins. Janet then got 2 nerfs, and 3 months later, G-Force Janet. After that, she was switched to Marksman, and then she got the Popstar Janet skin. Then, a wave of 5 nerfs crushed Janet, limiting most of her abilities. Dark Fairy Janet was the next to be released, and after that, she got the Lunar Janet skin. Once that was done, she got this as her new flavor text, and then she ended her current story with a lovely group of buffs, a rarity change to Mythic, and finally, a limited time mutation. The next season brought us Otis. He was brought about on July 4th of 2022, along with Fair Otis, and then he didn't really have any changes until his second gadget and star power came out. Then, he got his silver and gold skins, and later, 2 buffs because he was a really boring brawler. Then, Otis got a few nerfs, but he was also labeled as a controller. After that, Oni Otis was introduced, and then he had no changes until the following October when he got this as his new flavor text. Nobody knows his true identity, I guess. Then, he got a funny bug that let him crash the game, and so it had to be fixed. And then he had a rarity change as well as W Otis added for World Champions that year. Otis finally received 2 more buffs, catching us up to date with this history. Do you all remember Buster in his early days? Well, I do. He was broken. Oh, wait, let me introduce him. Buster and his Chainsaw Buster skin were added in November of 2022 as part of Season 15's Brawl Pass. Right away, though, he became a powerful brawler who was a little bit broken. As a result, he got hit with 4 nerfs. Then, he got a gadget and star power added, and then 6 more nerfs. Then, Buster got his silver and gold skins, Crocodile Buster, and finally, a series of buffs that began to undo the damage that he got early on. After that, he went back to getting nerfed, had this flavor text after it was changed, and finally, 2 nerfs and a rarity change that would catch him up to date already. Gray was released with his Runaway Gray skin on December 12th of 2022, and he was made unlockable by a quest where you had to do 500,000 damage. Then, he got his Grand Piano Gadget as well as the new Perspective Star Power. Gray's Piano Gadget then faced a huge nerf, but that's just because the thing was huge, and it kinda just broke all the walls. Jackie Gray Bocheese then got nerfed when he could no longer teleport all of his allies in the initial portal, but that was just simply compensated with Silver and Gold Gray. 2 Detective Gray skins came out, and then his Fake Injury Star Power got a pretty nice buff. Gray had this as his new flavor text, and then at the end of the following April, Gray finally got his very own mutation. On March 6th, 2023, RT as well as his Crimson and Patrol skins were all added to Brawl Stars. 3 weeks later, he got the Hacks gadget and the Recording Star Power. Then, he got his only 2 nerfs a bit later, and then he was pretty much just left untouched until his flavor text was changed like so. He then became a Mythic, got Silver and Gold RT, and then finally had his inline gadget reworked to something that was actually usable. And that was it. Willow came out next, and well, she got 2 buffs before she was released. Then, on April 3rd of 2023, she was added to the game with her Axel Willow skin. A few weeks later, she had her Dive gadget and Obsession Star Power added. And then a little while later, she got 2 much needed buffs for her super. Willow eventually got another health buff, as well as the Scorpion Willow skin, and then she had this as her lovely new flavor text to describe her. Willow finally got 2 more buffs to her star powers, as well as her silver and gold skins, and then that's just it for her current story. Doug was added with the Draco Doug skin on the 1st of August in 2023, and well, he was kinda like treated as a joke. 2 weeks after his release, he was given 3 buffs and a nerf, and then he was given another 2 buffs. Silver and Gold Doug then came out, and then that's just it. But don't blame me, he's new. Chuck was first seen on October 11th, 2023 as part of a $20 Brawler bundle. Then he got the Inferno Chuck skin, and he became available on the Star Road a week after he was seen in the bundle. He took 1 nerf shortly thereafter, and then he was left untouched for a few months before Desert Scorpion Chuck was added. And then Chuck was finally able to place posts down while in range of other posts, before finally getting his silver and gold skins. Charlie was added with her Amazing and Rosé skins on November 6th, 2023. 3 days later, she already got 4 balance changes and fixes, and then in the next month, she got another series of nerfs. At the same time, she was changed from Chromatic to Mythic, and then when her season ended, she became available on the Star Road. Then, her Hypercharge got a ton of nerfs, and 3 months after that, she got even more nerfs before finally getting her silver and gold skins. Miko was added in December of 2023, and guess what? He was free! He also came out with a skin that wasn't free, and then a bit later, Grouch Miko came out as part of the Dark Winter Tales set. Miko was also broken with power cubes, so that had to be addressed, and then a bit later, he got another skin. After that, he got a few hypercharge changes of his own, and finally, silver and gold skins. Melody came out on March 27th as part of a $20 Brawler bundle, and then she was added to the Star Road a week later. She also had her own skin added, and then 3 weeks after her release, she got hit with 2 nerfs. After that, she got a mutation, and that was already it. I hope you're ready for this one. Lily was released in a $20 bundle on April 24th, then she got Strawberry Lily, and then she became available on the Star Road. Thank you so much for sticking to the end, and look what came in. Anyways, here's your members, and I'll see you next time, everybody.